Dutchess County is a large suburban and rural county comprising 841 square miles, which includes the Hudson River. It is the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office's mission to keep our county free of crime. The mission of the Law Enforcement Division of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office is to enforce city, town and village ordinances, the state laws of New York, maintain peace and order in the county, protect property and the personal safety of its citizens, and generally assist citizens in varied situations.
February 16, 2024. Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Division. Rape second arrest. The Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Detective Bureau reports the arrest of Antonio K. Scott, age 19 of Sharon, Connecticut, in connection with an investigation into inappropriate sexual contact with a juvenile in Dutchess County. The investigation began in the summer of 2023 after the Sheriff's Office was alerted to a possible sexual offense involving Mr. Scott and the juvenile. Mr. Scott was subsequently arrested by Sheriff's Office detectives on February 14, 2024, and at this time is accused of rape in the second degree, Class D felony. Mr. Scott was remanded to the custody of the Dutchess County Jail at this time. No further information will be released in order to protect the victim's privacy and future court proceedings. March 19, 2024. 38 pounds of meth and cocaine recovered in Hell's Kitchen luxury building. An investigation into methamphetamine and cocaine trafficking in New York City resulted in the seizure of approximately 30 pounds of methamphetamine, plus 4 kilograms, over 8 pounds, of cocaine from an apartment at 550 West 54th Street, a luxury residential building in Hell's Kitchen. 2 men face charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance in the first, second, and third degrees. The estimated street value of the drugs seized is over $1.1 million. Bridget G. Brennan, New York City's Special Narcotics Prosecutor. Frank A. Tarantino III, Special Agent in charge of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's New York Division. New York City Police Commissioner Edward A. Cabin and New York State Police Acting Superintendent Stephen G. James announced the arrests following arraignments in Manhattan Criminal Court. On March 12, 2024, members of the New York Drug Enforcement Task Force, Group T43, were conducting surveillance at 550 West 54th Street in preparation for a court-authorized search of apartment 27F. When they observed Giovanni Salas allegedly leave the apartment at approximately 5:47 p.m., Salas entered an elevator on the 27th floor and arrived in the building's lobby moments later. Agents and officers apprehended Salas in the lobby and recovered a wallet bearing identifications belonging to Sergio Betancourt Peralta. The wallet had a key attached to it, which allegedly opened the door to apartment 27F. At approximately 5:55 p.m. that evening, members of NIDAF Group T43 entered apartment 27F to conduct a court-authorized search and encountered Betancourt Peralta inside the apartment. Agents and officers took him into custody. During the search, agents and officers recovered approximately 30 pounds of methamphetamine and over 8 pounds of cocaine packed in a suitcase inside a bedroom closet. Approximately $27,880 cash was found in a backpack in the closet. Also seized were Betancourt Peralta's Mexican passport and expired U.S. visa/border crossing card, and Salas Mexican voter registration, Colorado driver's license and U.S. passport. Salas and Betancourt Peralta were arraigned in Manhattan Criminal Court the night of Wednesday, March 13, 2024. Special Narcotics Prosecutor Bridget Brennan thanked Manhattan District Alvin L. Bragg, Jr., and commended SNP Special Investigations Bureau, DEA New York Division, the New York Drug Enforcement Task Force, the New York City Police Department, and the New York State Police for their work on the investigation. May 13, 2024. Cash seized in Bronx apartment. Drug operation uncovered as federal authorities arrest fugitive. A cache of more than 12 kilograms, 25 pounds, of suspected fentanyl and cocaine and $100,000 were recovered after members of the U.S. Marshals New York/New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force executed an unrelated arrest warrant at a residence in Spuyten Duyvil in the Bronx. When officers with the Fugitive Task Force entered 536 Capick Street Apartment 6E at approximately 6 a.m. on Wednesday, May 8, 2024, they made an incidental discovery of a trove of narcotics and drug packaging equipment. A woman who was the subject of the fugitive arrest warrant and a second individual were inside the apartment. Members of the New York Drug Enforcement Task Force, NYDAF, were alerted and seized the narcotics during a court-authorized search. A criminal complaint filed by the Office of the Special Narcotics Prosecutor charges Jonathan Corona and Araceli Ortiz, the subject of the fugitive arrest warrant, with criminal possession of a controlled substance in the first and third degrees. Bridget G. Brennan, New York City's Special Narcotics Prosecutor. Frank A. Tarantino III, Special Agent in charge of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's, DEA, New York Division. Ralph Sozio, U.S. Marshal for the Southern District of New York. New York City Police Commissioner Edward A. Cabin, and New York State Police Superintendent Stephen G. James announced the arrests following arraignments, which occurred over the weekend in Manhattan Criminal Court. Special Narcotics Prosecutor Bridget Brennan said, "New York City continues to be a regional hub of narcotics trafficking. Our office and law enforcement partners must be ever vigilant to staunch the flow of lethal drugs like fentanyl. Close collaboration between local, state, and federal law enforcement enabled the U.S. Marshals Regional Fugitive Task Force and the New York Drug Enforcement Task Force to effectively intercept deadly drugs before they hit the streets." As detailed in the criminal complaint, at approximately 6 a.m. on Wednesday, members of the Fugitive Task Force entered 536 Capic Street Apartment 6E and observed Corona allegedly exiting a bedroom, while Ortiz was visible inside the bedroom. Later that day, at approximately 1:35 p.m., members of NYDAF Group T22 conducted a court-authorized search of the two-bedroom apartment with assistance from the SNP Investigators Unit. Inside the first bedroom, agents and officers allegedly discovered a glass-topped table holding numerous glassine envelopes filled with fentanyl, as well as a scale and other narcotics packaging paraphernalia. A safe inside a bedroom closet allegedly concealed 3 brick-shaped white packages of fentanyl and 2 brick-shaped black packages of cocaine. In a search of the second bedroom, agents and officers allegedly recovered a money counter, approximately $100,000 cash, a large bag containing 6 brick-shaped packages of cocaine, and 3 glass jars containing fentanyl. 10 additional packages of a yet-to-be-identified substance were also recovered in the apartment. Field test results on narcotics recovered from the safe were positive for the presence of fentanyl and cocaine. The results of DEA laboratory analysis of narcotics seized in the apartment are pending. NYDAF Group T22 is comprised of agents and officers from DEA New York Division, the New York City Police Department, NYPD, and the New York State Police. Special Narcotics Prosecutor Bridget Brennan thanked Bronx District Attorney Darcel D. Clark and commended DEA New York Division, the New York Drug Enforcement Task Force, the U.S. Marshals New York/New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force, and SNP Special Investigations Bureau and Investigators Unit, for their work on the investigation. Defendants' charges: Jonathan Corona age, 36 Bronx, New York CPCS first 2 counts, CPCS third 2 counts, and Araceli Ortiz age, 43 Bronx, New York CPCS first 2 counts, CPCS third 2 counts. The charges and allegations are merely accusations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Equality before the law, also known as equality under the law. Equality in the eyes of the law, legal equality, or legal egalitarianism, is the principle that all people must be equally protected by the law. The rule of law is a political ideal that all citizens and institutions within a country, state, or community are accountable to the same laws, including lawmakers and leaders. It is sometimes stated simply as no one is above the law.